we are in Willington, heading in the wrong direction, with a plan to go to Branston, which is behind me. So Dreammaker has to go down there, turn round and come back down this stretch of the canal. There's lock works at Branston, so no point getting going early, so we've had a bit of a lie-in. Aim to get to the lock around about 1-2 o'clock when it should be open again, and hopefully more up by that lovely water park. We shall see. As you know, things can change. Well, here we are, pointing the right way, still in Willington. I didn't think you'd be interested in seeing the same stretch of canal a second and third time. Just waiting here for the facilities point, and then hopefully we'll be off.
Here's Dreammaker to rubber duck. Most of things are live. It's like, God, is that calm? And we've got something round the prop. You can hear it sounds really rough.
Going past Eggington Wharf, right by the A38, so not the most peaceful permanent moorings. I wonder if you get a discount.
Just going over the River Dove on an aqueduct. Pretty. You just hear the A38, otherwise known as Rickville Street, so assume that it was a Roman road. Just hear it to the right of us. Somebody needs to slow down. It's not us. Which is where we came in to get some water about 13 years ago to the day, and plunged the propeller on the something in the water to get it repaired.
Dallow Lane Lock. Let's see if Judith has retained her skill at sliding into narrow locks. First narrow lock of this year's cruise. We shall see. Bit of a bywash that's going to knock her sideways. Hope she's noticed that. Here she comes. Pretty good. Well done, Judith. Shobnall Fields, right in the heart of Burton, by this large park. People say this is a good place to moor. We're certainly going to stop for lunch, then evaluate. So we've heard good things about this mooring in the heart of Burton. Certainly very pleasant next to this large municipal park, Shopnell Fields. We'll have lunch and then decide whether we move on. But we're both a bit hungry.
Yeah, just have to go and go round. Plan B, Shopnell Marina is shut at 3, so we will go backwards and then carry on. Haven't got the nice flowers like they had last year. I think it's called the National Brewery Museum now. Still haven't been, we will go.
Branston lock done, so now we'll try and find somewhere to moor. Fingers crossed. And here we are back at Branston, just by the entrance to the water park. Solar panels in the sun when the sun's out, so mission accomplished. Lovely mooring. Well, it's not a very nice evening, a bit dull. Hopefully it's going to be a bit nicer tomorrow. But we're by this water park. I've taken my camera to see whether we can spot any wildlife. And if not, there's always the bridge in. There's a goose. There's a swan that's been chasing off all the geese, being a bit aggressive. Now having a bit of a clean. And here are two coots, all pretty standard fare really. And here is the fluffy stuff that finds its way all over our boat and inside our boat at the moment. But it does look very pretty when it's on a tree.
She actually brought us to them on day 1, day 2 will be them.
Yeah, where we live there's a
Well, that was nice. Now let's check out the bridge inn, see what the pedigree's like. So we're about 5 miles from the Pedigree Brewery. So what does it taste like? Nectar. It does taste good in this pub. Got babies on the towpath. Some really little ones as well. I think Judith may have started something.
Yeah.
And after that goose encounter, I think it's time to say goodnight. See you in the morning.
It's time for the goslings. Hey, stop it! Stop it!
Morning. And so begins another day. It's still grey, but they promise it'll brighten up later. And today we hope to get to Alrewas. That's 5 locks, and hopefully get some diesel at Burton Marina. So let's see. Time to get going, I think. And here we go again, heading towards Tattenhill Lock. Very pretty lock, I seem to remember. Tattenhill Lock, just as pretty coming in the other direction. Really idyllic canal scene. And as is often the case with canals, all this rural splendour is just an illusion. Big brickyard or something there, it's part of the quarry. Wow, that looks a dangerous job. It's what my granddad used to do. The thing about a narrow canal is that they don't have to do wide bridges. But this one's particularly narrow. It's about as wide as our boat, so breathe in. Well, you've got more space my side. Dabbler, last seen at Bishop's Meadow Lock, way back in Loughborough. He said he was going to Burton, well, he's gone beyond now. And here's the A38, our companion for the next 2 miles. Well, it's not exactly peaceful, but the canal still tries to keep its beauty.
Burton Marina. Wow. Very grand. So we're going to the service quay to get the diesel. Very awkward. They've even got a cinema here. Shops, pubs. Why is it the cinema? It's only a bit more expensive than Pimmins. It's a bit far for us to come now.
Lock done. Technically we're now on a river section which goes to Alrewas. So this is a particularly beautiful part of the Trent and Mersey, I always think. I hope you can see it on the camera that because there's a bit of flow on this bit because it's connected to a river, the water's incredibly clear. Winchnaw Church. Fine view as we crawl at tick over past these permanent moorings. This is where the Trent proper heads off. Still looking a fairly substantial river, but not as big as it was last time we saw it, obviously. And that's where the Trent disappears. Go down this little cut to Alrewas Lock, hopefully a mooring. Fingers crossed. Well, here we are in Alrewas on a 14-day mooring. Perfect. I think we'll explore later because it's going to be a lovely afternoon. But first, lunch. Right, off we go. Judith has always wanted to walk down that section of the Trent that we've just cruised up, over those little walkways. So that's what we're going to do. It's very windy, so I do apologise for any wind noise. Here we are walking out across the mighty Trent.
I know, you have a nice time with them, won't you? You enjoy yourself and we'll...
And you don't see all this lovely countryside just off the canal when you're on a boat. So well worth taking a walk when you're more up to appreciate it. So we just met Gail and Gary on their boat Stripey Chuck, who told us about this nice walk back to Alrewas. So change of plan, we're going to carry on down this lane, which hopefully won't be too busy, and find our way back to Alrewas and the pub. Gail and Gary, nice couple. Look forward to meeting them for a pint somewhere down the cut. Lovely field of buttercups just off this path that we hope will lead us round to a path leading us back to Alrewas. A little bit of a gamble this. Fingers crossed. And we managed to find our way out of that wood, and we're now on the National Forest Way heading back to Alrewas. Well worth taking that risk for that amazing little patch of woodland. And here we have the Trent just coming into Alrewas. What a lovely bit of river. And here we are, back at the Trent and Mersey. Let's go and find a pub.
Cheers. Nice pint of neck oil.
Well deserved after that adventure.
Yes, a beautiful walk.
And here we are, we've had dinner, showered, sitting on the back, enjoying the peace, relatively, of this lovely evening. Night has fallen in Alrewas. It's time for us to say goodbye. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please like, comment and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one as we head up the Trent and Mersey and then ultimately get to the River Severn, which is the goal of this year's cruise. So see you then. Bye for now.